should start up sort of. All right, here we go. This is the victory music because the Knicks have won tonight against the Washington Wizards and clinched a berth in the NBA's postseason, man. Knicks taking on the Wizards at MSG, and this Wizards team was down a lot of their stars. No Beal, no Kristaps Porzingis, the unicorn, and no Kyle Kuzma, but Hooper's hoop. And this Wizards team was giving the Knicks that work in the first half. They had Corey Kispert out there looking like Reggie Miller. No defense. Knicks giving up a ton of threes, and the defensive effort was just lackluster. But in the second half, the Knicks would recover quite nicely. Obi Toppin, Quentin Grimes leading the way. The Knicks would outscore the Wizards by a score of 65-48 in the second half, locking it down and locking down a win and a berth in the postseason, man. This is KFTV postgame live presented by Manscaped. CP the franchise, Alex Rotaros, the Stratocaster on the ones and twos. Salute to Knicks Nation. We are back in the big dance. Hit that thumbs up button for you boys. Let's get into it, man. Let's talk about it. 657-383-1509, or you could hit the KnicksFanTV Discord. Back in the big dance, ladies and gentlemen. Wasn't pretty, but it was gritty. And Wizards were shorthanded, so were the Knicks. No Randall, no RJ. But you can't sleep. Because as we all know very well, Al, on Madison Square Garden, the big stage, players are trying to make plays and trying to make a name for themselves. And this Wizards team came out. They played fast. They played loose. They took what the Knicks were giving them. Obviously, we give up a ton of three-point attempts, and they were letting it fly. Corey Kispert doing the damn thing. Delon Wright was a pest on the defensive end. Wizards did a good job, especially in the first half, of taking the ball out of Jalen Brunson's hands, making the Knicks make plays outside of Brunson. And they were having their way. Wizards would take a 8-point lead going into the half. But as is usually the case, when a team is down so many of their star players, you figure attrition would set in eventually. The Knicks still had the better team. They had the better players. And if they brought their A game or something close, they would be able to ultimately take over and win the game. And they did that. And there were a number of positive contributions in this game. You had 4 Knicks with more than 20 points. I got to shout out Obi. I got to shout out Quentin Grimes. And obviously, Brunson is Brunson. But, for me, Obi Toppin playing in Julius Randle's absence, this is his time to take advantage of those minutes. Be aggressive. Attack the glass. Don't just settle for 3-point shots. He's 3 of 8 from downtown. He's 9 of 15 from the field. 4 assists from Obi. I thought the ball movement all the way around was great. 31 assists for the Knicks for the game, and they really turned things around in the third quarter with 11 assists. They had 11 assists, and they forced 8 turnovers. So as they started locking down, they started getting easier opportunities. But great job by Obi. And look, Quentin Grimes, man, continuing to shoot the ball well, continuing to play well. He is ticking upward as the Knicks head into the postseason. 27 points for Quentin Grimes, 6 of 11 from downtown, 9 of 17 from the field with 5 assists, Al. Great job by these 2 Knick draft picks in particular, man. Your thoughts?
It was a good game, man. It was a good game up until the second quarter.
That second quarter was a slog, man.
That was just gross. Between Quickley just chucking up shots that moment, a lot of turnovers. It was ugly basketball, but they started out strong, and then once the second half came around, started to get back into a rhythm. I like what I saw from this team, man. I like the ball movement. I love everyone cutting. I love how everyone was just getting touches. To get 4 Knicks in 20 points really is a testament to how well the ball was moving and finding guys at the prime time. So guys are stepping up. I don't want to hear that this Washington Wizards team was down and this win is we poo-poo this win. It doesn't matter, man. The Knicks are playing critical basketball right now. They had to lock in a playoff spot. Didn't need to to slip, and they did that. And guys who needed to step up, stepped up. So good win, solid all-around win. But I think for me, man, the only takeaway is that 2 games that we're watching a different pace to this team without Julius Randle. And this is not throwing shade at Julius Randle. This is not doing anything towards that. But I hope that Thibodeau is taking notes, because I think this is going to be something that could be useful in the postseason. You're still going to need Julius Randle, no doubt about it. You need another second. You need a second isolation scorer. You need somebody out there next to Brunson to help. Not trying to say that. Mm-hmm. But to throw off opponents, to show them something different. When you see this team, you heard what Donovan Mitchell said last game. Mm-hmm. You know, without Julius Randle, he said without Julius Randle, they're pushing the pace. Right? Obi, Quick, Josh Hart, Brunson, they all like to do that. Mm-hmm. So use that to your advantage into the postseason, because it just makes the game that much easier. That's the one thing I want to say as a takeaway from these past 2 games. And, you know, get Obi more minutes if you can. Like, figure out how to get Obi more minutes, because we can see that he can contribute in some sort of fashion. You're going to give Julius Randle most of the minutes, but if you can find opportunities for him, because you see when he's out there on the court, he's making passes, he's looking to push the pace, he's making it a little bit easier out there for everybody. Look, when he's out there in the first quarter, right? You saw the Knicks had the lead. He didn't play the second quarter. He didn't finish. Comes back in the third. You start to bend that defense again, saying, oh, my God, we got to worry about this guy, because this guy's constantly leaking out. Because you can't go to sleep. So just my thing is, I know Randall's going to get the minutes. Just try to figure out the spots, because I think – it's not that I think. I know this is going to be a complete team effort to win any game, any series whatsoever. So make sure to use all the tools in your shed, and that's what I want to see from Tibbs moving forward.
Yeah, and Tibbs was asked about that in the post game, and he talked about the fact that you need to be multifaceted to win in the postseason. Yes, you need to play fast, but you need to be able to execute in the half court, which is what Brunson's here for. You got to play up tempo. You got to run pick and roll. You got to cover all your bases. But it's clear that second unit, as Donovan Mitchell alluded to after the Knicks beat the Cavs, that second unit just plays much faster. So it'll be interesting to see if the starting 5 tries to maintain that, or you just go with a little bit of change of pace with that second unit, because you know Quick's going to play fast. You know Hart wants to push the ball ahead, whether it's passing or pushing it himself. That's Obi's game in transition. Hartenstein's able to play that game as well. So it'll be interesting to see how they approach it in the postseason. But you can bet that at the very least the second unit will change that tempo up and go out there and play fast. And that is one of the key strengths of this team right now, is that second unit. Even though Quickley started today, 22 points, 6 boards, 5 assists for Quick. Once he moves back into that with that second unit, you have Hart, you have Hartenstein, who, once again, a good solid game for Hartenstein, 9 points, 8 boards, 2 assists, 2 steals for Hartenstein, 1 block. So he got after it across the stat sheet. Second unit is going to be a formidable 5 as they head into the postseason. I'm just curious, because Ian Begley had dropped a report earlier today that the Knicks supposedly are not settled on their playoff rotation as yet. Now, I don't know if that's gamesmanship, trying to throw off the Cavs or whoever they may see in the first round, or if that's legit where Tibbs wants to see how that looks, because I think part of the reason you didn't see Obi in that second quarter was I think Tibbs wants to get a longer look at Hart running small with Hart with that second unit, Hart at the 4, to see how that looks. So
didn't look good, man.
Yeah,
it didn't look good in that second quarter, and I'm happy to see that Obi got to finish the game. Like, he played both quarters. Once he went back in, he did not check back out. And, I mean, he should be fresh enough to go do it because he's only been getting 12 minutes. So it's nice to see that he got 30 minutes tonight. And, look, I think this is why I'm saying, like, I hope Tibbs is taking notes, because you got to be able to know when to adjust. The one thing I like to go back to is when I think about when the Warriors won their first championship, you know, David Lee got injured earlier that season, and it opened up the door for Draymond Green to enter, right? But who was the critical guy to help win that championship? It was David Lee. So it's just being able to know when to make the adjustment, how to utilize the guys that you have on your bench. And for somebody like Obi, for somebody like Grimes, like you see Grimes getting more touches, right? And it's like, oh, look at his game. It's starting to open up when he starts to get more touches. All I'm saying is just be a little bit more creative on offense, which, in all honesty, the last 2 games has been very creative on offense. So I like how everyone's cutting off ball, looking for Obi, like where he's cutting baseline. You're starting to see guys curling around around pin down. So I like stuff like that. You're seeing Hartenstein, like, whew, the passes by Hartenstein, man. It's starting to open up.
It was high post
starting
passes.
to open up.
Opening
and you're starting to see that Hartenstein's closing games, right? You see that. So all I'm saying, and I think Tibbs is figuring that out, and he's starting to say, you know what? We have some guys here that can make a difference. Let's see what else they can do. So I like that. I like that today.
Yeah, big facts. And you mentioned Hartenstein closing. Mitch had another solid game, man. 8 points, 11 boards.
That's what I'm saying,
about
bro.
4 assists for the Block Nest Monster, along with 2 steals and a block. So he also had a good game against Cleveland. So I think it's a great problem to have right now in that at the center rotation, you're getting depth and then the versatility that you were looking for when you brought Hartenstein in here. Now that's on display. And it's making this team a tough cover, man. 31 assists for the Knicks tonight, all the way across the board, man. 4 assists for Obi, 4 for Mitch, 8 for Brunson, 5 for Quick, 5 for Grimes, 3 for Hart, 2 for Hartenstein. And how about that sequence? You had one sequence where you had Obi catch Grimes with a bounce pass in the paint going baseline, and then Grimes wraps it around to Hartenstein, and then Hartenstein shoots the little teardrop. I'm
glad they brought that play up.
Yeah, that was a nice look for them, man. So they're just playing complimentary ball. Well, man, oh man, bro, I love the fact that Quentin Grimes is coming to life right now. His best stretch of the season, man. No question, his best stretch of the season. Continuing to shoot the 3-ball well, and he was pulling up from deep tonight. He was definitely pulling up from deep tonight. 10 points, three boards on the season, but in his last. If you look at his last couple of games, man, 6 of 11 tonight from 3, 3 of 8 in Cleveland, 5 of 10 against Miami, 4 of 9 against H-Town, 5 of 10 against Orlando, 5 of 10 against Miami again. He only hit and made one against Minnesota. That was the one shot he got late in the game. 3 of 5 against Denver. So this has been going on since March 18th. Quentin Grimes has been shooting the cover off of the ball, man, and it's just a great sight to see. You hope he can continue and continue that momentum into the playoffs, because that will certainly open things up for this starting lineup, man. That'll open things up as far as the spacing. His passing has been on display. I love how he's playing right now. No question about it.
Here you go. The last 6 games from when he started getting hot against Miami, all right? In 32.4 minutes per game. That's how much he's been averaging. He's getting 16.8 points. He's shooting 53% from the field on 11 attempts per game. He's shooting 50% from downtown on 8 3-point attempts per game. He's getting you 4.8 rebounds, 3.5 assists. This kid's hooping right now, man. He's getting you 1.2 steals.
Yeah.
Defense. How about the ball denial he had on Kispert today?
Yeah.
He just flew around that screen. Yo, that's what we need, man. And sometimes, sometimes injuries, even though they hurt the team, they can be a blessing. Hopefully Randall's able to come back game 1 against the Cavs. But I think you're giving confidence to all these young guys who are now starting to get minutes, who playoff time's going to come around. They're like, yo, look at the resume that we're starting to build up over these last couple of games right now. They're going to go in there with a swagger. Look, what was it? You see Obi starting to feel himself after post-game a little bit, right?
Yeah, he's swagging out, man. He's going to post-game with the do-rag and the shades on. He's feeling good.
Exactly.
He's feeling good.
So these guys are starting to get some confidence, and they're playing some meaningful basketball games. Unlike the Wizards, who are like, they could have easily gone home, packed it all in. They gave the Knicks some competition.
Yeah.
Knicks still have to play for something in order to solidify something. It's a confidence builder, man. And I like to see that it's not only Grimes, it's Obi, it's Quickley. All these guys are starting to come together, these young guys, and it's making an impact. Hartenstein as well. And thankfully, Josh Hart did not hurt his ankle, man. We do not need any more injuries. We need guys to be healthy going into the playoffs. Only 4 more. What was it? We got Pacers. We got 3 more games left. 3 more games.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And as you said, they are not out of the woods yet, because the Brooklyn Nets, those Swamp Dragons over there from Jersey, they're still hanging tight. They're still fighting, and they won today in their matchup. So the Knicks are still 2.5 up on the Nets with 3 left, as the Knicks will take on the Pacers, the Pelicans, and then finish up with the Pacers. So not out of the woods yet. And Tibbs was asked about the potential to rest starters, so on and so forth, to head into the postseason. And he said, well, no, we're still playing for something. So clearly they want to lock that 5 seed in. They want that matchup with the Cavs. And these guys are going to be playing full tilt as long as they are close to, close to 100. As Tibbs said, if a guy's, badly banged up, he's not going to play, a la Julius. And we'll see what's up with Hart. Hart said he felt good. So he should be there. But you can expect a full squad effort to close out the regular season.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect anything different. I think they want the 5 seed. And look, after the statement game that you had on Friday, right, against the Cavs, yeah, they didn't have Jared Allen, and Isaac Okoro. We didn't have Julius Randle. Knicks still came out and balled out. I think if you're looking at that game, not only are you saying second unit with the ball movement, but their second unit is nowhere near close to what the Knicks' second unit is. And we talked about that with Chris Fedor on the preview. He didn't even want to even discuss the battle of the benches. He's like, do we have to?
Yeah.
Because Karis LeVert, Ricky Rubio, you don't really know what you're going to get out of them. But this second unit for the Knicks, pretty consistent.
Yeah.
Especially with Josh Hart, IQ, Hartenstein. And if Obi starts to get into the fold a little bit more, it's going to be potent, man. It's going to be potent. You have to worry about 9 guys.
Yes.
Through and through, and that's a challenge to think about for an opposing team. So let's keep it rolling, man. Keep it rolling.
No doubt. That is where the problem is going to lie for that Cleveland Cavaliers team is tangoing with that Knicks second unit, because they are as locked in as any in the NBA. Salute to everybody in the chat once again. Hit that thumbs up button for you boys. The Knicks are back in the playoffs, man. Let's get those likes up. Share this video. Subscribe to the channel. Number one show for the fans by the fans is activated right here on YouTube. Call us up, 657-383-1509. Let us know your thoughts tonight. We're going to start this one off with the Discord. Let's go to Stott Chasers on the Discord. Stott Chasers, go ahead and unmute your mic. Stott Chasers.
What's good, CP? Alex, what's going on, guys?
What's good, bro? How you feeling?
I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling good right now, man. I just have to say this, man. There's a poise that Jalen Brunson brings to this team that I truly feel like we're never out of a game as long as he's out on that court.
Yeah.
He did a great job the other night. He did a great night with against the Cavs. He balled out against Mitchell. Another thing that I love right now is seeing Quentin Grimes balling out at the right time. IQ's balling out at the right time. Obi Toppin set it off tonight. And, I think RJ, this ain't RJ slander, but I'm just keeping it real. I think that RJ needs to look in the mirror and to look around. Everyone's turning up. And I feel like I'm not saying that there needs to be pressure on RJ, but RJ needs to step up going into the playoffs because everyone else is on this team.
Yeah.
And if we're going to make a run, we're going to need him to turn up. So, I don't know. Sometimes he looks a little too comfortable. He's wearing the shades in the post-game conference. And it's like, dude, you got to start cooking because everyone else is.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's about it. Oh, okay. And also another thing. I'm just so happy for Brunson, man. They didn't put him in the All-Star game. The Mavs didn't sign him. And I'm just looking around like pretty much like Brunson's that dude, man. Yeah. Brunson's that dude.
Yes,
Brunson is that dude, and I'm just grateful to have him on this team, hopefully for the next 10 years, if possible. All right, man. Thank you for having me.
Appreciate it. Good call. 5-star call. JB is that guy. No question about it, man. The stabilizing force. And, hey, this team has won 46 games. And we'll look back on the season holistically as they have now clinched the playoff berth. And when you look at it, he's been that guy. He's been the number one reason why they are there. This is now home for Jalen Brunson, the best free agent signing in the NBA in this past offseason, and the Knicks have benefited from it a great deal. Here was Brunson's post-game comments on the Knicks clinching a playoff berth. It's courtesy of SNY Video. Salute.
Yeah, it's a great feeling. It's something you strive for. You want a chance to compete. The fact that we get further on our season is great, but we have still a lot of work to do.
All right, so he's focused, man. He's focused. He's got playoff Experience. He just went to the Western Conference Finals. He had to tango with the Spider and Donovan Mitchell. He had to tango with the Phoenix Suns with Book and CP3. Then he had to go up against the champion Warriors. He's battle-tested, Al. He's battle-tested. This is the guy that we need to take us to the dance because he knows what to do to get the job done. This is time. This is money time. We're going in there with Jalen Brunson, money time, and looks like he's, maybe not 100%, but seems to be okay. 40-piece against Cleveland, 27 tonight. And
makes it look easy.
Makes it look easy. Makes it look very easy. So you got to feel good, man, with the floor general manning the helm because we need him. We definitely need him.
Do you see? You're getting me hype, man, because I'm so happy.
Go ahead and jump. You jumped already, man. I'm here. Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah. I don't need to jump tonight. It's against the Wizards, man. I'm not jumping not jumping out the window for the Wizards. If I was on the show for the Cavs, oh boy, I would have had to rip a WWE promo.
Yeah, man.
I was gonna come in with the Macho Man Randy Savage voice.
Yeah.
That's how hyped I was that day. Oh man. But yo, Jalen Brunson. I mean, did you see that Slam interview? Did you see it?
I didn't get a chance to read it yet.
There's a clip on YouTube for the interview, and they ask him, are you proud of what you accomplished? And he essentially said he hasn't accomplished anything yet. He's like, I have to win a championship. He's like, personal accolades. He's like, I haven't done anything yet. He's like, personal accolades are all cool, but he's like, I can't talk my talk unless I win a championship. When I heard that, I was like, good war. Just give him another extension. That's all I need, man. I need for somebody who is that focused, who is that hungry. And it's not shocking. Look, he's always been doubted every step of his career, his basketball career. He's focused, man. He's ready to eat. I cannot wait. You saw it. I mean, against the Cavs, he just woke up. He was like, it was like a Super Saiyan fight, bro.
Yeah.
You had Vegeta, that was Donovan Mitchell. You had Jalen Brunson, who's Goku. These guys put on the gold hair, and they're like, yo, I'm going to go toe-to-toe, and I'm going to show you why I'm better, all right? And he did it again. And I'm so looking forward to that battle, man, because it's going to be between him and Brunson. The storylines are going to be crazy.
Yep.
He'll be like, oh, well, what if the Knicks got Donovan Mitchell? I'm just saying. I'm not predicting anything, but if the Knicks take out the Cavs and go to the second round, if that's the matchup, and Brunson leads the way, the storyline better be, is Donovan Mitchell afraid of Jalen Brunson?
Facts. They're going to put some respect on his name, man. No doubt about it. Easily. Let's go to the phones, man. Hear what the people got to say. Speaking of Brunson, Orell from Queens. Orell, how you feeling?
Hey, CP, Alex, the Knicks Clinch a playoff. Woohoo!
Let's go.
On fire.
Let's go.
Quentin Grimes is on fire. But I have one thing to complain about.
Uh-oh.
CP, if you were the coach, Alex, if you were the coach, if I were the coach, with 2 minutes and 44 seconds, you guys saw that timeout? Yeah. You saw that timeout? Yeah. New York Knicks is up, 112? Washington was 94. Am I doing my math right? Were they up 18 points? Why did Tibbs left Brunson in the game? Yeah. Tell me why. Yeah. I just want to know why. I'm so pissed. I know I should be happy. I am happy they won the game. But why does Tibbs do that with 18 points? Yeah. I don't understand that.
Yeah.
Please, guys, can you clarify that for me, please?
I feel you, man. That was definitely a cringe. We don't need that type of moment because he even got hacked on the bad hand.
Yeah.
Late in that game, I'm like, oh, come on, Tibbs, get him up out of there, man. Come on, man. That's Tibbs for you, man. It's just like, it was cringe down the stretch, man. I'm just waiting for the whistle to get this kid out of here and clear the benches. And that's just Tibbs for you, bro.
Quickley was the first guard taken out, which was I was a little shocked. I guess quasi shocked.
Yeah,
quasi. I get that why you want Brunson in there. He organizes everything. You want to make sure that you win this game just because you were down at one point. Mm-hmm. But I agree, man. We don't have Randall right now. We got to wait. He's going to be reevaluated in 2 weeks. Mm-hmm. It doesn't mean he'll be back in 2 weeks. Mm-hmm. He'll be reevaluated. So we're hoping he's ready to go in 2 weeks. Okay. And we saw him in that walking boot when he was leaving today. He did not look right. Okay. Yeah. So I just hope the training staff, whoever, can get him right by the time April 15th comes around. But yeah, you would think that you don't have Randall. It's like, all right, we're up. Let's take out Brunson. let's call it a day here. But I appreciate it because it helped me out with a little bet tonight. So
a little wager? Okay. All right. Salute to everybody in the chat once again. Hit that thumbs up button for you boys. We got 2,300 people in here rocking strong. Knicks have just clinched the playoff berth with a 118-109 victory over the Wizards. Click share right now on this video. Share this video on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Text your grandma. Let her know the big news. Knicks have clinched. Brunson is the man. IQ, everybody's doing the damn thing. Let them know, man. Number one show for the fans by the fans is rocking. Call in with your takes. We want to hear from the people tonight. This is the People's Show. 657-383-1509. Or you can hit us up on the KnicksFanTV Discord, which is the preferred route. Because we may end up, downgrading the phones. We may end up getting rid of the phones eventually. But that's another conversation for another day. Speaking of quick, here was Emmanuel Quickley's reaction to the Knicks clinching a playoff berth. Here's Quick. So to everybody in the chat once again, here's Quick.
This is a good accomplishment, but I think we want a little bit more for ourselves as far as the season is going. We don't want to just be complacent. Find ways to get better. Say it all the time as a team and as individuals to keep moving forward. Definitely one of the goals that we had, but just not being complacent and trying to do more.
All right, that was Quick. Hey, he wants more, man. He's got his sights set on bigger goals. So shout out to these guys. They're locked in, their focus. Good poise, good maturity. And let's go. They ready to go, man.
Absolutely. Look, over the last 11 games, Quickley has certainly been locked in, especially when filling in for Brunson. Now RJ, the dude's averaging 31 minutes, averaging 18.8 points, shooting 43.8% on about 14 field goal attempts per game, shooting 33.8%. You want to see that three-pointer go back up. And it's on good volume, but he's rebounding well. He's passing well. 4 rebounds, 4.3 assists, 1.3 steals. Kid's shooting well. Free throw line needs to be better. It's at 79% over the last 11 games, CP. I'm used to him shooting 90%, but the kid's locked in.
Yeah.
Like I said earlier, there were moments where he was chucking the ball today.
Yeah, he was chucking a little bit. He was chucking just a little bit.
I didn't necessarily like it, man. I like when he's poised. He's facilitating. I like that pick and roll that he had with Isaiah Hartenstein. He whipped that pass in there. That was crazy. Yeah. I did not expect that one.
Their chemistry has been great, and it's been getting better and better each game. You see it. You notice how they play in their 2-man game. They are definitely locked in as a crew. So shout out to Quick. Shout out to Hartenstein. And for their play. Salute to the Rhyme Animal Chuck D, man. $10 super chat. Everybody throw a hashtag PE in the chat. He says, Tibbs drives on 3 donuts. No oil change, no tune-up. Flames under the hood at 100 miles per hour on a 100-mile road. Congratulations, Tibbs. Well, JB taking charges in the final minutes is crazy. Tibbs playoff rotation equals 4. Shout out to Rhyme Animal Chuck D, man. Shout out to Cynthia, $5 super chat. Says Tibbs was asked in postgame about moving faster without Julius, and Tibbs answered, Julius moves fast too. Like Dwayne Vogel said, what is Tibbs smoking? Well, I think with Julius in there, the pace has been inconsistent throughout the season. Sometimes they play fast, sometimes they slow it up. Near the end of the game, fourth quarter, they tend to slow it up. But like I said, the second unit, you can guarantee that they will be playing a lot faster. So it certainly brings a different dynamic to the game. But, when you're playing a team like Cleveland, or if they do play Cleveland with the Twin Towers in there, you do want to try to play faster because you don't want those 2 Twin Towers set in the half court and then have to execute from there. They force you out on the perimeter. Now you got to knock down shots. You got to look for ways to get easy buckets. And that'll come in transition. It just may not come as much in the postseason because we know that's when things slow down. But that's also when you need your isolation scores. That's also when you need them to go out there and score or to make plays, because when it slows down in the half court, remember, these teams have played each other 4 games in the season.
Mm-hmm.
They know each other. The adjustments will be made by game 2. They'll be all adjusted. Yep. And at the end, it's mano y mano. Your stars versus our stars to make a play, get a bucket, find an open man for 3, so on and so forth. And that's what Jalen and Julius are going to have to do, man, in big spots. That's what that's what the Spiders are going to be doing. That's what Garland's going to be doing. That's what Jalen and Julius are going to have to be doing in the big spot. It ain't going to be all that team ball and moving the ball around in crunch time. It's going to be man up, your best versus my best to the bucket.
Yeah, no, and that's fine. Like when it gets down to the crunch time, you want to make sure you can get a shot off. I totally understand that. But to make the game easier, as you pointed out, like that's where you're trying to find it somewhere in the middle of the game. Let's make sure that we're not putting all the pressure on our guys to knock down a bucket. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's where it's like, I hope he's taking notes. He figure out when could be the right time to throw Obi in there to go bend the defense out in the fast break. All right. And mix up some of the rotations too, because if you're going into the postseason and you've done the same thing every single day, it's like, okay, we already know how it's going to happen. It's going to be like for the first 6 minutes, we're going to have the starters. RJ is going to come out. Grimes will come out. Mitch will come out. Hart and Stott, all those guys will come in. We all know what the situation will be. We all know what the rotations will be. Switch it up. Throw them off. Don't let them know your next move.
Yeah.
Right? The best fighters aren't predictable.
Right.
You know? My pops always told me, like, if you ever, you know why it's so hard to catch a rabbit? Because you have no idea where it's going to bounce.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you got to do the same thing when you're playing in playoff basketball, man. You cannot be that predictable. As our guy JD says, can't do temple coaching.
A true story, man. Salute to everybody in the chat. Once again, hit that thumbs up button for you boys. Hit that like button. We see how many people we got in the chat right now. How many people we got in here? We have 2,400 people in the chat, man. Let's get those likes up. Throw your cities in the chat as well. Throw your cities and your countries in the chat. Let us know where you guys are repping from, and we will shout you guys out. I see the members lounge on the Discord is popping. We got Seku on the Discord. Seku, go ahead and unmute your mic, man.
Yo, CP, Alex, what's good?
How you feeling, bro?
God is good, man. Just coming in from the game.
All the time,
you know what I'm saying? Nice win tonight. Mm-hmm. You know, team looks good. We moving good without Julius. I'm going to just go rapid fire, man. I think I'm moving on to the playoffs. We just clinched the spot tonight. I'm saying we got that 5 spot locked up. We about to go see Cleveland. Mm-hmm. And I think we taking them out.
Okay.
I think we're taking them out, CP. Julius was out tonight, and we had a good example of what the team can do as a team basketball. A lot of moving. Everybody was involved. And I want to point out one thing real quick. If I'm not mistaken, Jalen Brunson took out Spider last year in Dallas.
Yes, he did.
When he was, yeah. So I think that Brunson got his number, man. You know what I'm saying? They was in Cleveland a couple of days ago. He was feeling real good after the game. He asked him, he was like, yo, was this a message to Cleveland? And he was like, Basically, he was like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I think we taking him out. What you think? What you think, CP?
Hey, I'm a Knicks fan. Of course I'm going to say that. I would certainly hope so. I think they can. This is the matchup that you want. But it won't be easy. It's playoffs, man. You gotta. It's a grind. It's a slog. It's the first of 4 out of 7.
Facts. So, I don't think Cleveland is ready for the Knicks' physicality.
Yeah.
You know, the Knicks look like they was on that real, you know, Anthony Mason, Charles Oakley vibe back in the day, getting real physical with them. And I don't think that Cleveland could stand that. Anyway, rapid fire, CP. Shout out to y'all, man.
Appreciate it, man. Good to hear from you, bro.
No problem. Peace.
That was Seku on the Discord. Says he was at the game. Yeah, look, that's what a lot of players say about the Knicks. A lot of teams say about the Knicks. They play a very physical brand of basketball. So they will have to do that, especially with Mitchell. But they got to be careful because Mitchell's a guy. He's savvy. He's a veteran. He knows how to use your aggressiveness against you. Mm-hmm. Grimes is going to be tested right off the rip. Right off the rip. You got to be disciplined. You don't want to pick up 2 quick fouls. Now you got to go to the bench. The rotation is a little wonky now. You got to stay disciplined and do your best out there. And against Spider, you know Spider's going to want to set the tone. He's going to be very aggressive on Grimes. So that matchup right off the rip is what I want to see when that ball tips off on April 15th, April 16th, and how Grimes handles that. Because Spider has a number of years of experience in this game, in this playoffs. Number of years of experience. So let's see how they handle it. Let's go to Fat Boy from Harlem. Fat Boy, how you feeling?
Woo! I was waiting for this moment. Checking 1 2 1 2. Is my mic clear?
Yo, you clear, man. Let's go.
All right. That's what I'm talking about. We done clinched this playoff spot. Let's go, boys. I've been rallying for this team the whole year. Behind, we had our mishaps, we had our misconstrued, but lo and behold, the unit stayed intact, and we handled business tonight, people. I'm letting y'all know this. We going to the shit, and I already said it. I ain't scared of nobody. I don't care if it's Milwaukee. I don't care if it's Boston. I don't care if it's Philly. I don't care. I don't care. My team is going to the shit, and I want smoke. Mic drop. Y'all have a good night.
Whoa. Talk about jumping, ladies and gentlemen. Seku, there's your answer. You and Fat Boy need to hang out because Fat Boy is out of there. No parachute from 30,000 feet up. And he said, we're going to the chip.
Call NASA.
Yeah.
Get him on a ship, man.
Yep.
Get him to the moon. He said, we're going to the championship. He said, nobody's going to stop this team. Nobody. I like that energy.
Yeah.
I like that energy. And look, you talked about Grimes being ready for Spider, right? And the playoff pressure. A lot of guys in the Knicks are going to have to – they're going to have to learn quickly, right? This is going to be a lot of the guys either second or first time in the playoffs. Grimes will be his first time. Same thing with Deuce McBride, Jericho Sims. Obi Quickley, this will be the second time with RJ and Randall, right? But the same thing goes for the Cleveland Cavaliers too. Most of those guys, it was playing. It's not a seven-game series is different than the play-in tournament.
That's right.
Playing tougher competition, all right? So when you talk about Grimes being ready for Spider, I'm looking at a core having to be ready for Brunson. Because Brunson can throw it right back. He can dish it right back.
Yeah.
Okay? Or Coro is their best defender. Grimes is our best defender next to Josh Hart. It's going to go the same way, man. Honestly. Can they stop what Jalen Brunson's going to do? Because he will draw the fouls. He will be crafty with his footwork. He's a 3-level scorer. It goes the same way for Cleveland. It's going to be who will grow up faster during the 7-game series. And we'll figure that out. We'll see as this game unfolds. But that's why I like this matchup, because both teams don't have that experience. It's not like Philly, who has Harden and Embiid, guys who've already been there. Most of that team has already been in the playoffs. Same thing with PJ Tucker. It's not the Bucks who won a championship. It's not the Celtics who were just in the finals last year. If you're telling me the Knicks' first team that they have to go against is a Donovan Mitchell-led Cavs team, I feel comfortable with that, because Brunson was just in the Western Conference as well, as you noted. All right, he's not used to it. He's been in the playoffs too. Mavs been making with Luka, so he's used to it. Donovan's used to it. But what about the rest of the team? We're gonna learn that, if that's the matchup.
You're gonna learn a lot, man. You're definitely gonna learn a lot. And as Fat Boy said, when you look back on this season, kind of holistically, that yesterday it's not over. There's 3 games left. Playoff seeding still to be determined. When you look back on it, they've won 46 games already. Potentially could win 49. The expectations around Vegas were about 40, 39, 40. After winning 37 games last season, this is a big year for them. Whatever the future holds, we'll put that in the rearview mirror. But in the here and now, when you look back on the season that they've had, this is an organizational success, man, from top to bottom. You start with Leon Rose and his regime rebounding from the disastrous acquisitions they made last year, trying to improve the team. They brought in Kemba and Fournier. They tried to get him on the cheap. Didn't work out. They did bring back Rose, and they brought back my guy, Alec Burks. Didn't work out there, so to speak. And Julius took that step back. It was a bit of a nightmare. But obviously, the Brunson acquisition was their home run. We were waiting for that home run acquisition. That was it. Jalen Brunson's acquisition was that home run for Leon Rose. You look at Julius Randle playing at an all-star level this year. Give credit to him. Give credit to the coaching staff. Whoever they needed to get him back right, he's back right. Look at Quickley, man. You have a draft pick in Quickley who was picked in the 20s. In the running, a strong favorite for the NBA Sixth Man of the Year. All right, one of your homegrown talents is being recognized as one of the best reserves in year 3. In year 3, Malcolm Brogdon's been he's an old man in basketball terms. I mean, he's not that old. He's been there.
I get what you're saying.
He's been in the dance. He's been in a number of teams, from Milwaukee, Pacers, Celtics. Quickly's doing this in year 3.
Yeah.
Right? The Hart acquisition at the trade deadline. what that's done to elevate this second unit combined with Emmanuel Quickley. Best second unit in the game. Hartenstein. Told you guys about Hartenstein. From the acquisition, didn't pan out for about half the season. Now he's playing the brand of basketball that you had hoped when he came in, and he's adding defense to his game. So now your center position has been fortified with depth and versatility. There's a lot of wins for this organization, man. Definitely a lot of wins. And at that mark on December 12th, December 3rd, 4th, they were 10-13. Couldn't really get off the blocks. Well, yeah, they had a couple of impressive wins on the road at that time when Utah was at the top of the West and Denver. You know, their road trip was successful, but overall, they couldn't really string anything together. And as a report said, you had Tom Thibodeau fearing for his job. He shortens the rotation. Since that point, December 4th, 2022, from shortening the rotation, they have the third best offense in the NBA. They have, I'm going to call it 2 all-stars. I don't care what anybody says. Brunson was an all-star.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Forget all that. Julius made it. Brunson was an all-star. He was good as anybody that played in that game. And they wasted time with the whole Giannis thing. Giannis coming in and you know, with a bum hand to shoot a Matador D layup and then go sit his ass down for the rest of the game. That was ridiculous. Brunson was an all-star to me. So you had 2 all-stars. You have a guy in 6 Man of the Year contention. Draft picks contributing. Trade acquisition successful. It's a good year, man. Obviously, you want them to be competitive in the next round. But this was a good year. To me, I look at this year as a success, no matter what happens.
Yeah. I don't know how you can't classify this year as a success. I mean, think about what this front office did, CP, and what Tom Thibodeau did, right? Because you still had Derrick Rose, Evan Fournier. You started off with those guys in the rotation. You traded for Cam Reddish, but you removed all those guys away, right? And then you went to a 9-man rotation, and six out of your 9 guys were drafted by this team, okay? Before Josh Hart came here, it was Deuce McBride, and this team was still winning. This team was still showing out.
Yeah.
And then even when Mitchell Robinson was out, you had Jericho Sims, drafted talent, good signings, okay? They started to show that they trusted with the talent that they had within in order to build on this success. And when you think about it that way, and then you're looking around the NBA, and let's just put on the GM cap, think about if you want to trade for another guy who, whatnot, whatever, right? You're looking at the Knicks. 6 out of 9 guys just contributed to where they are right now, going to be in the postseason.
Yep.
I don't care what you say. All their values have just been raised because they show that they're winning characters, okay? Even down to Deuce McBride, you're like, wow, that guy contributes to winning. Yo, he helped them beat the Portland Trailblazers. Yo, he was helpful against the Los Angeles Lakers. Even Deuce McBride. So when you look at it from that aspect, they just locked up another playoff spot, 2 within the 3 years of this regime, right? And now even though it's top both times that they've done. It's not like you went through the plan to go do it. Top 6,
4 or 5,
both times.
4 or 5,
both times. All right.
Tibbs haters got to come forward, man. They went 36-20 since he made that change in the postseason. Now, likely 5th seed, got into the 4th seed 2 years ago. In the postseason, 2 out of 3 years. You take a step back and look at it. It's a good job.
Good thing they didn't fire him from last year, right? Good thing you stuck it out because he did win Coach of the Year. And then you want to add in on the fact that not only did the front office believe in the talent and the coach believe in the talent, but things that we asked from Tibbs to do last season, stagger your rotations, be a little bit more creative, right? Mm-hmm. We're starting to see that even though some of these things come at times when it's due to injury, the staggering part has still happened, okay? RJ runs with the second unit now, all right? Mm-hmm. And even when RJ was out, you had Randall running with the second unit. You see Brunson coming in there. You start to see different rotations. So the fact that we're seeing a coach learning, we're seeing this front office trust the talent that they have, and now you're telling me that 2 out of 3 years that you've been here with the talent that you chose, all right? Mm-hmm. We didn't even really talk about Grimes either because Grimes was projected to be a 3-and-D guy. Year 2, that.
Yeah.
Okay. In year 2, he is making impactful plays and helping this team win. Look at tonight.
And guarding the best players in the league every
single night. Okay. That's the win. So, and it just keeps adding to why I jump out the window, man. Because when you watch this team as it's progressed every single way, whether it's the 8-game winning streak, the 9-game winning streak, beating guys without some of your top players like Mitchell Robinson, going against the Cavs and the Boston Celtics, you get Josh Hart, and you just add to the foundation that you have this team, and now it's just taken to a whole other level. Now you're talking about you're not only 9, you're 10 deep. Yeah. You go to Deuce McBride, it's not like he's going to it's not a complete washout there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I will get that as a success. Now, playoffs is going to be a different thing, but if you're talking about regular season success, absolutely, 100%.
Good points, man. So to everybody in the chat, once again, hit that thumbs up button for you boys. Let's check in on the Discord. Primo Ricky. Go ahead and unmute your mic. Primo Ricky, what's good?
Yo, what's good, CP? What's good, Alex?
What's
How
good,
y'all
man?
doing? Y'all hear me?
Loud and clear, man. Where you calling in from?
I'm calling from Houston, Texas. I was at the Miami game. I went to the Rockets game on New Year's Eve.
Nice.
I got my jersey autographed by Jalen Brunson at the Miami game. So I told my dad at the beginning of the year, the Knicks have a good chance as long as Jalen Brunson stays healthy, because we have a point guard.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we need for the playoffs. And I just want to keep it rapid fire. I appreciate y'all taking my call.
Yep.
And y'all guys be good.
Yes,
appreciate everything you guys are doing.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate the call. We got a fellow road warrior on the line. He's been well traveled to see this team on the road. Checking in from H-Town. Shout out Primo Ricky, man. Shout out to Primo Ricky. So to everybody in the chat once again, hit that thumbs up button for you boys. Now, not necessarily a byproduct, but the Knicks are looking at the possibility of not having a first-round pick in this draft because the Dallas Mavericks tank has been a formidable one. They are going at warp speed to the bottom as they continue to lose games, losing to the Miami Heat and now losing to the Atlanta Hawks tonight. Well, that's tough. That's tough. You know, look, in the grand scheme of things, would they have fielded a pick at that spot? It's hard to tell. Obviously, you would love to do that. You get a nice young player in the organization. Maybe you catch lightning in a bottle. But at the same time, they are going to the playoffs. You like the Hart acquisition. But they did give up a pick to get him. And now they're looking at the Mavs pick, which they picked up in the Kristaps Porzingis trade, being rolled over into next season as once again a top 10 protected pick. Your thoughts, bro?
We'll see, man. We'll see once everything happens and the lottery balls fall. But it's not looking good right now if you want that Mavs pick. They stay around the 10 area. There's a chance they could drop to 11. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But so we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with it. But I'm not too. I guess I'm not fully upset because I don't know who we're taking at. If we get to the 22nd pick, the 23rd pick, who are you expecting to then enter into this roster and make impactful minutes? And I haven't done draft work yet. I'm not fully caught up with who's going to be at that selection, if the Knicks were there and who Portland would take. But at the same time, anything could happen draft night too, right? Knicks could make a trade and go get a first-round pick and be back in this ball game all over again.
True.
Right? So I'm not too concerned yet. When draft day comes, I'll start thinking about it because we just don't know what the Knicks will do right now. But if you're looking at that Mavs pick, you want a lottery pick. It's not looking great. The Mavs are doing a fantastic job of tanking. Who would have thought that? And also, I don't want to hear about fit doesn't matter, okay? I do not want to hear about fit. You have two stars on that team in Kyrie Irving, Luka Doncic, two superstars. You can't win a game?
Hey, they're small, they're soft, and they gave up some of their best defenders, man. They can't play D.
Oh, so you're telling me that a team needs guys who play a certain role?
Absolutely.
So you're telling me there is a fit?
Absolutely, man.
Okay, I just want to make sure about that.
So
I'm not saying to you, there's people out there who's like, why does fit always matter? And I'm like,
no, it absolutely does matter.
Yeah.
It 100% matters. And as you said, right now they have a 66% chance of locking in 10. Well, they do have a 19% chance of dropping to 11. And if it drops to 11, the Knicks would get that pick. So 3 games left. I'm not sure how many games Dallas has left. Let's take a look at it here. They have, how many games they have left? 3. Versus Sacramento at home. Tough game. Versus the Bulls. Versus San Antonio. A bum game. So,
if they lose to the Spurs, that is the ultimate tank job.
That is the ultimate tank job.
That'd be the ultimate tank job I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah. No
you have
question.
2 superstars who can't beat the Spurs. I want to call Adam Silver like, yo, man, I need an I need something. Are they doing Paul Crew? Are they doing Paul Crew work out here? All right. Are they doing some of the longest yard type of stuff?
Yeah.
Shaving points? What's going on?
So, I don't know, man. It's looking pretty formidable out there. Al, let's take a look at this thing by the numbers, man. By the numbers presented by Prize Picks, daily fantasy sports made easy. When you look at some of the key stats of the night, man, first thing that jumps out to me for the Knicks is 31 assists. That ball was moving, man, and they did a good job of keeping the possession alive, especially when the Wizards were being intentional in terms of taking Brunson out of the game. They were trapping him on the pick and rolls, trying to get the ball out of his hands quickly. Could be a sign of things to come in the postseason. So to see the Knicks be able to extend plays with a lot of their playmakers and ball handlers, from Quickley to Grimes to Obi, even a Hartenstein, a Hart, that was good to see. 31 assists for the Knicks tonight. They did shoot 40% from 3, which a lot of that came in the second half. They were able to shoot the ball a lot better. They gave up 43% to the Wizards there. Knicks did shoot 52% from the field. 12 steals for the Knicks, 4 blocks, only 12 turnovers, but it did lead to 15 Wizards points. A lot of that coming in the first half. They had to tighten up. And then obviously dominating in the points in the paint, man. 64-38. Knicks having their way there. What do you think about the stats for tonight?
Thing that pops off the screen to me is 31 assists. That number is good. It just, you saw how the ball was flying all over the place, so that makes sense. Largest lead, 20 points. You see points in the paint, 64. I like seeing that. 18 fast break points, getting out in transition. You know, Han and Breen were talking about, since the addition of Josh Hart, you start to see how the team's moving out a little bit faster once they get the rebound. Totally see that, and I like that because, once again, it just makes the games easier. This free throw shooting, man, we got to get better at it.
Yeah.
All right. 72% is not good going into the playoffs. 13 from 18. When you see the totals, 13 out of 18, it doesn't look horrendous, but this team needs to be a lot better because once you get into the playoffs, every point will matter. But those are my takeaways from the team stats for tonight.
Absolutely, man. How about Taj tonight, man?
Yo, boy, Taj, when did it happen?
Hey, like we said, when guys come into the Garden, Taj comes back home, gets his old team. He's getting playing time with no Kristaps playing. Taj letting it fly. The phone is coming out. Shit, letting it fly from downtown. Shoots 3 threes. I kind of like that. Taj is my guy, man. You guys know that. Taj is my guy. I did kind of like that, him having fun out there at his age, still hooping and enjoying himself, man.
My goodness, man was just draining threes.
Yeah.
He was like, yo, I'm about to make a career being a stretch big in the latter half.
Right.
Let's go.
4 threes. 4 threes, excuse me.
You made 4 threes tonight?
4 out of 5. Took the
4 out of 5?
Took the cell phone out and everything.
What? Yo, I don't know what's crazier, the fact that he made 4 out of 5 threes, or that he went 4 for 8 from the field and he only made 3s tonight.
Yes. You can't make it up, man. You can't make it up, but great stuff. And here was Obi's reaction to facing up against Taj, one of his OGs, his Brooklyn OGs. Here's Obi, courtesy of SNY Video. Salute.
When you dunk on somebody,
Taj,
rattles.
Wait, not just somebody.
True, Taj.
Taj Gibson.
And it rattles around and then goes in.
It's still a dunk
on dunking.
I'm counting that. I ain't playing him again this year, so I'm counting that.
Do you have words for Taj?
Always.
I saw him talking to the bench after he hit his corner 3.
That's not Taj. I don't know what that was. He was trying to hit that side step, skid along the curve, 3. That looked crazy, but nah, love OG. I did dunk on him, though. Let's put that out there.
It's a good go moment there. Shout out to Taj. Still getting a lot of love from the squad, man. He was a good Knick. I did like Taj as a Knick. Just a steady hand, steady veteran, stand-up guy. And Brooklyn's finest, man. So shout out to Taj. Prize Picks, Al. Today's key stats of the night are brought to you guys by Prize Picks. Daily fantasy sports made easy. Go to prizepicks.com and use promo code KFTV for an instant deposit match of up to $100. And how do you play Prize Picks? Very easy. You're just going to select between 2 to 6 players. You can mix and match between sports. So you have MLB, you have NHL, you have obviously NBA, you have soccer, all type of sports, esports. And you're just going to pick between 2 to 6 players and predict whether or not those players are going to do more or less than the given stat projection that Prize Picks has outlined for the night. Now, Al, here's where I went tonight, and I didn't get a chance to record it on the video, but I am showing how to play Prize Picks on the Jumbotron. But here's where I went tonight. It was a tough night. In this game, with no RJ, no Julius, I looked at Quickley as a guy who would give us some offense, even though I should have went Grimes. I went with Emmanuel Quickley with more than 23.5 points. Fell short by 2 points. Finished with 22. I needed 24 to win. Daniel Gafford had been playing well in Kristaps Porzingis' absence and also had been logging more minutes. I went with Gafford with more than 11.5 points. Finished with 4. I went with Luka Doncic with the Mavs season on the verge of collapse. I went with Luka Doncic with more than 32.5 points. Dallas in Atlanta, and he finished with 22. The tank is for real. I've also went with Drew Holiday with more than 16.5 points. The Bucks taking on the Philadelphia 76ers. He has 13, so I do have a chance there. And also in that Hawks and Mavs game, I went with DeJounte Murray with more than 6 assists. He's been averaging 6 in the month of March, and he fell just short with 4. So wasn't a winner tonight, but we will bounce back, man. How'd you do tonight?
As of right now, things are looking good for me. I at least got 3 out of my 5. Still got to wait for did the Warriors game start?
I think that's later. Warriors in Denver, right?
Yeah, Warriors in Denver.
Okay.
It said 8:40, but okay. Anyway, so I took Quentin Grimes today. First one, Quentin Grimes to get more than 14.5 points. I saw no RJ Barrett. Obviously, no Julius Randle. Points have to come from somewhere. So I took Quentin Grimes. He finished the night with 27 points. I also took Emmanuel Quickley for more than 19.5 points. Once again, no RJ, no Julius. Points got to come from somewhere. I then took Giannis Antetokounmpo. The game is in the fourth quarter right now between the Bucks and the Sixers. It's a close It's a close game too. And not a close game. Sorry, I was looking at the wrong numbers. It's 100-84. Bucks are winning, but it took Giannis to get more than 47.5 points, rebounds, and assists. He's got 43, so hopefully he can get a few more there. I then took Steph Curry to make 4.5 3-pointers, and then I took Domantas Sabonis to make less than 7.5 assists. I took Steph Curry more because the last time I chose less, he decided to go off and get 7, and I was like, all right, we're not falling for that one again.
Yeah, this is a tough one, man. For you people at home, once again, play to win, but play responsibly. Go to prizepicks.com. Use promo code KFTV for an instant deposit match of up to $100. And speaking of Steph Curry, Al.
Not doing well. Not doing well from 3.
You know, I came out of retirement this weekend. Yeah. It was a long layover. I was retired from the game for a little while. I hadn't hooped in a competitive game in about 3 years, and it was a nice day out on Saturday in New York, man. So me and the Knicks chick were taking a stroll. We went to the park, brought the ball out, shooting around a little bit. Then we got challenged. We got challenged. We had a kid come up. He said, "Hey, you want to play 2-on-2, 3-on-3?" I said, "Hey, let's go, man. I just got a couple of practice shots up, you know. I'm working my way back to free throw respectability at MSG. So he said, yeah, so it's me, the Knicks chick, and I picked one of their homies who came up, and we had a nice little 3-on-3 half-court game.
Okay.
Yeah. Your boy shined, man.
All right.
Yeah, I was back at it. You know, I did say a prayer before the game because this was my first game in about 3 years. I said a prayer to the basketball guys to make sure all my tendons and ligaments were intact. I didn't stretch that much. You know what I'm saying? I'm old, man. So I got to make sure.
You didn't stretch?
Nah, not really. I wasn't expecting a challenge, but I can't back down. You know, it's me and my lady on the court. We got to take them on and win. There's some young whippersnappers thought they could take advantage of us. And we went out there. We ran our 2-man game, and we got the other kid involved. We made him do all the work and all the ball handling and everything. And we came out of there with a win.
And what were you? Were you working the post?
A little bit of everything. So you see me, I'm a stat sheet guy. So I'm wherever my team needs me. So if you need me to check the ball up, initiate the break, you know what I'm saying? I got to grab boards, snatch those up, get the putbacks. I'm running the pick and roll game, pick and pop with the youngster. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Directing traffic. So one time, we're in the middle of the game. It's a half-court game. Game 16, right? So we're losing a little bit, and we're working our way back. So, you know, look, halfway into the game, your boy started to get a little, you know, slowing down a little bit. It's like, all right, the cardio's up. Okay. So the kid goes to me now. He goes, yo, in this next possession, you know, cut to the middle of the basket. I got you. I said, all right, no doubt. I got it, man. Let's do it. So he checks the ball, and he runs the play, and I'm chilling. So he shoots a shot, and it must have went out of bounds, and the other team got the ball. He goes, yo, what happened? I say, yo, man, I'm old. I got you on the next one.
I got you on the next one. Oh, brother. Give me
I said, yo, I got to take a little breather, man. I got you on the next one. But nevertheless, we packed him up, got him up out of there. We won 16 to, I don't know, whatever, 12. Then the kid wants to run it back for a second game. I said, whoa. Take it easy. I made it through this one with the tendons and ligaments intact. I'm just gonna take this dub and continue on my walk, continue on our stroll like we was doing. First he wanted to go from 16 to 21. I'm like, all right. He's getting a little ambitious there, but let's do it. Let's do
16. Oh no, we don't want to lose this game. Wait.
Yeah.
Let's bump up the score. Okay.
Yeah, so he wants to bump up the score. I'm like, all right. Let me catch a second wind here. Let's do it. So then when we get the win now, he's like, all right, let's run it back. I'm like, run what back? I say, yo, slow down. I'm just getting back into the game, my man. But it was a lot of fun, man. It's a beautiful day in New York. I had to share that little laugh with you in the chat. Yeah, it was a good time. It felt good to get back out there, man. Definitely did.
Well, CP, we want to know, did you have was it the Randall game? Was it the RJ game? Was it the Grimes game?
I always like in my game, a little Mace, a little Spreewell. You know what I mean? We got to get it in the dirty way. You know, when things were getting tight, I'm like, all right, let me go in there and snatch some boards up. We got to get extra possessions. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Got to get extra possessions. Okay. The kid that was on my team, he was a shooter, so make sure I get it to him. Then I had the Knicks chick. I was feeding her in the elbow. She was hitting the little elbow joints. You know what I mean? We was moving the rock around. So it's a little bit of everything. You know, I think Mace is a good comparison. I think that's a good comparison. Yeah.
But was JD there with the clipboard?
No, JD was not there. This was an impromptu game. I wasn't even expecting a challenge. I was just going there to shoot, get some shots up, you know, maybe play a little, you know, horse with the lady, a little around the world, whatever the case may be. Turn it to a full-blown game, man. Brother. Yeah.
You show up to a court, man. You got to be ready.
Bro,
the question is,
I was retired. Mentally, I just wasn't there, man. I was thinking about post-game. I was thinking about today's game and how we going to run a good show, man.
The question is, though, do you show up in your shirt, your jeans, you just take off the jeans and you had your basketball shorts underneath? Is that how you rolled up?
I was balling sweats and Air Max 1, so not 100% ready, but I had to make it do what it do. You know, you had the low top joints. I put my ankles on the line. But, you know, listen, hoop is hoop. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's jeans.
You said low tops?
Yeah. I mean, the
Air
Max 1s are low tops, man. I was putting it on the line. I'm jumping up for boards sky high. I'm like, man, I better come down.
At your age, you're wearing low tops playing basketball? That's dangerous, bro.
Yeah.
Sheesh. Had to call next time, have the ambulance on call. Whoa, Tops.
Man. Kid said, bro, what happened on that cut? I said, listen, man, I'm old. I got you on the next one, though. I know I told you I got you right here, but, you know, the mind is ready to move, but the body ain't catching up. You know what I'm saying? But then I got him on the next one, and we did the damn thing. You know? Had to deliver. Had to deliver, man. Steelers, Knicks fan 757 says, CP got bad knees like OJ. Oh, yeah, I'm feeling them today. The back, traps, everything, man. But it was a good workout. It's good cardio, though. Definitely good cardio. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Love playing basketball.
Yeah. I felt like I was winning like these Knicks, man. So back to our winning ways. And let's get to the phones, man. Hear what the people got to say. Shaomeek from North Carolina. Shaomeek, how you feeling?
What's going on? How y'all doing tonight?
Good, man. How you feeling, bro?
I'm all right, man. It's a great team win. I'm going to try to keep it rapid fire.
Yeah.
I did kind of hate the fact that Tibbs left them guys in, you know, a little bit too long. I thought he should have took them out around the 3-minute mark, if not a little bit earlier than that. Yo, what's going on? Why is Mitch not getting no burn in the fourth quarter? Have y'all noticed that? He messed up my prize picks for the night. But man, I expected Mitch to get 4 in the second half, and he ain't played nothing in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Killing me, man. Killing me. I do got a question for you guys, and I'm going to leave it right here. What do you think about the new rules that the NBA just came down with about no super teams being formed anymore?
Yeah. You know what? I want to save that for next weekly. So we have something that we're going to dig into the new collective bargaining outcome tomorrow night on Knicks Weekly. I want to save that. I want to do a whole show for that. But appreciate the question. We're definitely going to touch on that because a lot of things came out of that I want to get to. I don't want to go over in this show. I want to kind of focus on tonight's game. But we definitely going to talk about it tomorrow on Weekly for sure.
Yeah, sure. On that. Peace, blessings, and positive vibes, y'all.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Peace, best blessings, and positive vibes, man. Shaomeek from North Carolina. Always a good call. Tonight, Mitch got 26 minutes. Hartenstein, 22. But I think what it is, Al, is that as Hartenstein becomes more respectable defensively and on the boards, what he's able to give them offensively, the versatility that he brings, he opens the court up with his spacing. I think Tibbs is saying, hey, look, man, this might be the guy we want to close with.
You know, like, we talked about this earlier. I think Tibbs is starting to figure out what he's experimenting, right? He's experimenting, saying, you know what, tonight we don't really need rim protection. Let's keep the offense high. Hartenstein knows how to pass. He knows how to work out the high post. We got guys who like to cut off the ball, whether it's Quentin Grimes. If Josh Hart was still in there, tonight was Obi Toppin, right? Let's open up the offense a little bit more. Have the Wizards defense scrambling a bit. I think he recognizes that and say, let's run with that. If it was playing against, say, Giannis Antetokounmpo, right? Say you're playing the Bucks in the playoffs. I would expect Mitchell Robinson to be in there because you want some rim protection, height, strength to go against Giannis. So I think he's just saying, looking at the matchup, going back and forth, picking and choosing. I think that's the great thing about having the flexibility to say, you know what, tonight we can go with Hartenstein. Tomorrow night we can go with Mitchell Robinson. And the best, even better part is that both of them, the entire center group, continues to pick each other up, right?
Yeah.
I believe it was Fred Katz who was writing about Isaiah Hartenstein's improved play, and Hartenstein noted how Mitchell Robinson is encouraging. You see that on the sideline as well. All three of them usually have a locker around each other when they travel. So with all that knowledge, I think it's a good mix for saying we have enough guys at the center position for depth and to be versatile depending on who our opponent is. And they all don't really care. It's about getting that team win at the end.
100%.
Based on how the relationship is.
Agree with you 100%. But we did say the name Mitchell Robinson. It's kind of like, the Candyman situation. And whenever Mitch becomes the topic, I think it's a good segue
Here we go.
to hear from the leader of the Mitchell Robinson Hive. I passed that on to him. I was the original leader, but I passed it on to Cody Glock.
Kind of you.
Cody Glock, talk to us, man. How you feeling tonight, bro?
What's up, guys? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear. Loud and clear. Let's go.
All right. Shout out Manscaped, man. I have 0 turnovers because of Manscaped. I take care of my ball profusely.
Okay.
CP, you're the leader of so much hives, bro. You gotta pick a hive, man. Like you got like 4 hives under your belt, man. You can't have everything, bro. I know you own this thing, man. Come on. So look, right? We 6-2 without RJ on the season. You know, this ain't no RJ slander. You know, he had a good game. Let's call it spade a spade. We gotta be real here, man. 2 of our most ball stopping players, RJ and Randall, wasn't playing tonight. You see 4 people and having 20, man. 4 people having 20. Like, this is no coincidence. Obi got the combined minutes of RJ and Randall. He shows up. RJ, you on the hot seat, bro. These last 3 games are real important for you. Let me switch the subject a little bit, you know.
Okay. It's your show.
I want to talk about somebody right now because this is prevalent. I want to say something about Mitchie. Let me tell you something about Mitchie, because Mitchie, he ain't no snitching.
Okay.
I love Mitchie not playing these 4th quarter minutes. I love it. We know we have the Cavs. We're gonna get that 5th seed. He needs to be fresh and have his stamina ready for Jared Allen and Mobley out there, man.
Okay.
I'm so happy. Let me get to another point real fast. You know, cue the Wu-Tang Triumph instrumental all the way down to the Ghostface verse. You know, we in the playoffs. I was expecting this. Hot take. If the Hawks can make it to the Eastern Conference Finals about 2-3 years ago, if they can make it, you see, Tibbs said something very important in this post game. The people that last in the NBA down the stretch in the playoffs are the balanced teams, the teams that could do everything. The Knicks teams could play defense, they could shoot, they could play fast, they could play slow. They got their ballers. You could put their ball in their hand. You know, I know JB is one of them. I don't know about Randall. You got to prove it to me. But JB is one of them. I do not see us being an easy out in the playoffs, man. Shout out Nicky Pipes, man. Shout out CP Free Throws, man.
Yeah.
Shout out everybody that's really a Knicks fan, man. You feel me?
Okay.
Not these new Knicks fans, man. Shout out the Michael Doliak people. Shout out the... come on,
right.
man.
If you was there when Moochie Norris was bringing a ball up the court, you're a real one.
Yup.
Yeah.
Definitely. Most definitely.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm out, Ma. You already know, Ma.
All right, Ma. No doubt, bro. So hold it down. Cody Glock on the Discord. I like that call. I thought that was a 5-star call, man. Rate that call in the chat. 1 being trash, 5 being facts.
Why are you bringing up dark times, bro? Supposed to be happy.
I mean, you know, every once in a while you got to stay humble. Remember where we came from. We got Jalen Brunson now. The last 20 years, it was ugly out there, man. You know, sometimes you got to go back, remember where you came from, so that you cherish these moments. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we went from a hoopty to a beamer.
That's right. That's right. That's right, man. Shout out to Cody Glock, man. You know. Hey, he said, I do appreciate that.
That was good. I like that.
If we could keep Block Ness healthy, Block Ness ready. Remember, he's going through things, as he said, as he's admitted. This is not for me. This is his own words. He's got personal stuff going on. Could be a mental battle right now, getting through the end of the season. Keep him fresh. Because as Cody said, he's going to have to battle with the Twin Towers for a 7-game season. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. So
yeah.
I think that was a great point. The fact that for tonight, Robinson had 26 minutes, he's right. Jared Allen is going to be a handful when it comes down to the playoffs. So the fact that he's getting the rest right now for Hartenstein, who's able to close, once again, it just goes back to the versatility, but that's definitely a good point.
Yeah, good points. Good points by Cody Glock, man. Here was Josh Hart. Josh Hart talked about making it to the playoffs. Let's hear what Josh Hart had to say on the matter. So to everybody in the chat, once again, hit that thumbs up button for you boys.
And on a personal note, Josh, we see your vibe in the postseason at Villanova. This is going to be your first time going into the postseason in the NBA. I mean, how special of a moment is it for you to get to that place?
Yeah, it's cool. I saw a tweet, I think it was yesterday or today. I think I'm in the top 5 of active players right now that played the most games without playing in the playoffs. So I'm extremely excited personally because obviously that's something that I wanted to do, and I haven't had the opportunity the last 5 years. So extremely excited, and can't wait to see the Garden rocking during that time.
Yeah, Josh Hart, man. Josh Hart played on some bum teams throughout his career. Started with the Lakers and their rebuild, then gets packaged up in the Anthony Davis blockbuster trade, goes to the Pelicans, no playoffs there, gets traded for CJ McCollum, then they make the playoffs with the Pelicans, and then goes to Portland, bad team, now he comes to the Knicks and brings us back to the postseason. A big factor to bring us back into the postseason, man. The one-man fast break, best rebounding guard in the NBA, a Tibbs guy. The Knicks got a Tibbs guy at the deadline. They got their guy, and he's been a huge spark. He wants to bring energy off the bench along with Quick. He's going to play tough. You figure he's going to be closing games, and he's ready to go. He's ready to go. He had a little issue with the ankle in this game, and he was tight, boy. He was not happy about that. And but it seems like he's okay, and he'll be ready to go.
Like I said, man, thank God he's okay, because we're going to need everybody for the playoffs. It's going to be a complete team effort. But another guy that gets some rest,
Yeah.
So no biggie. You had Quentin Grimes, who was ready to fill in, get some more minutes. Grimes finished for 41 minutes. He was out there happy that he got to play get some extensive run.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, crazy for a good player, right? Who's been coveted, hasn't made the playoffs at all. But how poetic that he comes to the New York Knicks. Now he'll be making the playoffs.
Making the playoffs with his boy Jalen Brunson. Still, no playoff experience, but I feel like he's got a playoff mentality. The maturity, the poise, understanding what it takes to win, coming from Villanova under Coach Jay Wright. That's Brunson. Mm-hmm. Look at how these guys play. Look at how they approach the game.
Yeah.
Look at how they approach the game. Look at how they're always level-headed. Don't get too high, don't get too low. They're just even-keeled. They play hard. They play smart, and it's particularly impressive with him because although he is a bull in the china shop, he does play relatively under control, which is a nice skill set to have.
Mm-hmm.
He just gets after it in a multitude of ways, man. I'd be curious to see. Let's look this up for Weekly tomorrow. I want to see how the Knicks transition offense improved since they got him at the trade deadline. I want to see if we could find out. Maybe we could check in with Max and see if we can pull that up some way, somehow. I want to see how they've improved in transition since getting them, because it had to have been a vast improvement. I'd love to see that. I'd definitely be curious to see how that works out.
Has to be. There's no way that it wasn't. Just the eye test alone says it was.
Yep. Big pickup. Great job by Leon and company, man. Big pickup. Back to, you know what? I'm going to save Jay from Lou for last. Kenyon from Brooklyn. Kenyon, how you feeling?
Hey, what's going on, fellas? I just want to say, I want to talk about synchronicity. I wasn't going to call tonight, but that one caller got me hyped talking about the Knicks going to the chip.
Okay.
Now, let's go back some years now, 1994, spring of 94, Energy in New York City, Rangers, Knicks.
Let's talk about it.
The Rangers won the Stanley Cup after how many years of not winning the Stanley Cup? 50. Okay, yeah. This is also the Knicks' 50th. This is the Knicks' 50th year from not winning a championship, right? Let me show you synchronicity. You see the numbers on the court. In half court, you see the number 6. That's the Boston Celtics guy, right? Then you got 19 with Willis Reed just passing away.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be the second-round matchup this year. I expect you might see the Knicks playing around Memorial Day. That's what I mean. I'm good with just Eastern Conference Final, buddy. I think the Knicks will definitely be a tough out. I think the team is gelling or whatever. They're definitely playing the right way right now. But the universe works with numbers. We're watching each other right now on ones and zeros, digital signals. You know what I'm saying? So that whole 50 thing and the whole memorial for Willis Reed and the Celtics Celtics captain back in the day. Like, I can see the Knicks putting a deep run in May, and it's just about all numbers. The universe is dictating that. That's not even what the basketball guys. I think 50 years the Knicks will do a championship, or at least New York will do at least a deep playoff run.
Okay. There we go, man. There we go. Kenyon from Brooklyn. He brought the numerology into the mix. I like that. I like that. A little difference, you know. He threw the tinfoil kufi on, a little numerology to mix things up. I like what Kenyon calls, man. I like his perspective on things. We may not always agree on things, but I like his energy when he calls in. Always a good call, man. Shout out to Kenyon from Brooklyn. And salute to everybody in the chat, man. TJ from Harlem World. Let's go Uptown Harlem World. What's going on? Nope. TJ's occupied.
Yo, what's up, CP? I'm sorry about that.
Okay, how you doing, man? What you eating dinner or something? What's going on, man?
Yeah, it's late dinner, bro. I got home from work kind of late.
Hey,
so
grind on, stop, man. Do your
sorry
thing.
About that.
All good, man.
All right, so this is TJ from Harlem, a.k.a. King Kong Bing Bong. Don't forget the name.
Yeah. Well, we will. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm back. I'm back. I was able to get out for work.
Yeah.
I got over to the statue. I mean, not to the statue, but to the Empire State Building.
Right.
My wife called me and told me to get down. She don't want me back up there no more. You know, because I'm always ready to jump off and go flying, but I'm gonna pull back. I got some questions for y'all.
Yeah.
I got some questions.
Let's go.
Real quick, CP. You see how Obi and Alex, I got some questions for you. You see how Obi is playing, right?
Yeah.
All right, so the next couple of games, his minutes is going to increase because every time he gets more minutes, he plays a little bit better. His confidence is building. The ball is moving. He's playing at his pace. Same thing that happened last year, right?
Yes.
End of the season. So now the playoffs is going to start, and I'm thinking Julius is probably not going to come back until maybe the third game. I think he's going to still need those extra couple of days.
He's back game one,
right?
Man. He's back game
You think he's back game one?
Yeah, remember, they're going to have a week off now.
You think they're going to why rush him?
Because this is the playoffs, man. You don't have room for error.
No, I hear you. I hear CP. I hear you. brother. All I'm saying to you is that because you said this, that he's only going to be evaluated in 2 weeks. Not necessarily mean that he's going to come back. That's all I'm saying. So just to say that he still needs a little bit of time. And if your boy is playing the way he's been playing, then I know Tibbs is real good and the teams is good in doing the adjustment, bringing in new, switching up or whatever. But when Randall comes in, the ball does get stuck with him, bro. And I'm not against him. I know we need him. You're absolutely right. He's 25-10. I get it. But at the same time, it's almost going to be like a little demoralizing to Obi because he needs, when he comes off the bench, he needs that time. And Tibbs is going to want to give Randall 35 minutes to 40 minutes a game, if not 43 minutes. So that's it. That's all I got. I just wanted to hear what you got on that. Have a good night, fellas.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. My guy, TJ from Uptown Harlem World. Look, I know a lot of people look at this OB situation and they see the ball moving and all of that. Hey, Wizards look pretty good without Beal, Porzingis, and Kuzma for a little bit, right? It happens. But in my opinion, you still need your top dogs to come through and deliver in the playoffs. This can't be a complete Brunson thing, man. It's going to slow down. The defensive intensity is going to be ratcheted up. You need your best players out there. If Julius had injured his ankle at the last game of the season, he'd still be ready for game one. You shoot him up at cortisone, you get him popping, he'll be ready. They're going to have a week off. He's going to be ready to go. There's no way they're going to wait until game 3 to bring him back. Unless it's a high ankle sprain, that's something different. But even with a high ankle sprain, what'd you see Patrick Mahomes do in the Super Bowl? He's going to play, bro. This is sports. This is big money talk, right? They're going to play, man. And I just still think you need him. For Obi, it may go back down to 10, 12, and maybe even less if Tibbs looks to go with Hart at the 4. He's just going to have to play his minutes, man. I don't think we can go in this thing thinking, well, let's give him major minutes here and bring Julius back slowly and rest him. They don't have time for any of that, bro. You go with your dogs that brought you to the dance. They got here 46 wins, 44 of those was led by Julius and Brunson. We can't forget that. Yes, I'm a little bit nervous about how he will play, but I'm gonna put my faith in him to go out there and deliver, and we'll see what happens after that. Let the chips fall where they may.
Yeah. I just don't see Randall not. I think it depends on the severity of the injury, right? You hope he's back game 1. I can't see him missing game 1, man. I can't see it either. Maybe he does come back game 2 if it's really that bad and he can't play on it. But I would be surprised if he's not at the beginning of the playoffs because you're going to need his isolation scoring. As I said earlier, I hope Tibbs is taking notes because you got to figure out how to get Obi on the court. You just see it. It's just different. The ball moves. The pace is different. You get some easy points. You got to figure it out.
Yeah.
If the only thing I will say is this, if Randall is in pain and if Randall is not playing at the peak performance, I don't know if you want to go with something so detrimental as you leave him in there and he's just playing worse and then he gets in his own head. And then it could be catastrophic for a team because you want your team to stay in rhythm. That's the only thing I will say about that because that also plays with the player's ego. You know, you're out there, you had a great season. He's gonna be probably second team all NBA again. All right. He's already an all-star. You're gonna have to rely on the guy. There's no question that he's needed in the playoffs. But you can't tell me when you're a player playing through injury and you're not playing up to performance, the frustration will be there. It will mount, especially if he's left out there and may feel like on an island and he's not playing up to the performance that he's capable of. So for a guy like Tibbs, and maybe Johnny Bryan needs to talk to Tom Thibodeau, be like, look, man, if he's not feeling it, we got to figure something else out. We got to figure out how to get him into the right spots, get him some good shots because he's limited right now off of that ankle. I do not expect it to be 100% in 2 weeks. There's just no way you're going to tell me that ankle's going to be 100% in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Maybe he's at 75%, but I think Tibbs is going to have to figure out how to help Randall be at his best, whether that's managing the minutes that he's going to play. So that way, if you get to the second round, he's still fresh, healthy while on the mend, and you still get some good production out of Obi Toppin and whoever else playing the 4. So that's the way Tom Thibodeau should manage it.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens, though.
And right on cue, the leader of the Julius Randle Hive, Mr. Friday Night Knicks himself, Robert Randolph, comes through with a super chat and says, graces us with his presence, first and foremost.
Ooh,
do it just to get there,
chat,
as they say. And his message goes like this. Grimes should be getting more shots than RJ. Grimes is all around a better player, both on offense and defense. Obi definitely should be getting at least 20 minutes a game somehow. So is Robert Randolph changing his tune?
Is he coming to the Obi Hive?
Is he coming over to the Obi Hive? A lot of his tweets out there, they're out there. There's been a lot of Obi slander in this guy's tweets. Is he coming back to earth a little bit? That sounds like he's a little bit concerned. I think the pressure is building up. Mr. Friday Night Knicks, the king of, he calls him King Julius.
Yes,
King
he does.
Julius. All right? It sounds like he's a little bit nervous for his guy. I don't know. You be the judge. You know, this is your show. You tell me what you think, bro.
I mean, you're the conductor, right? So
yes.
I get what you're doing over here. But to me, for a guy who's the king of the Randall Hive and calls him King Julius and saying that Obi needs to get 20 minutes somehow, this is something I did not have on my bingo card.
Right. I was not expecting this because the way things are going right now with Hartenstein locking in minutes at the backup 5, the Obi Randall thing is not going to happen in tandem. So they are going to happen in inverse of each other. So if Obi's getting 20 in a 48-minute game, Randall's getting 28. How do we feel about this? Boy, oh boy, you people in the chat, you be the judge. I think Mr. Friday Night Knicks is sweating it out a little bit, and rightfully so. And rightfully so.
Maybe with that, CP, as you said, maybe there's another way to get Julius 30 minutes. Maybe it's the thing we've been asking for 3 years.
It's not
the true small ball that we want to see.
It's not going to happen.
I know.
Not going to happen.
I don't know. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Hey, interesting. Look, I can't deny wanting to see Obi play more. Obviously, he brings a different dynamic to what this team does than Julius. I get what the call is saying. They move faster. He plays more complementary with the other units. When they get out there in transition, that's his game. And he's able to shoot the 3-ball. There's a lot of things to like about him, especially when he's aggressive. When he's not playing scared, when he's playing with confidence and he's attacking the basket, you like that. That is a strength. And it lifts up the team. I just don't know minutes-wise. We'll have to see what they do with Julius. How ready will he be? What percentage will he be in terms of the injury? And then move from there.
And the confidence thing comes from the coach too, man. Because the coach has to give the kid confidence while he's out there playing, right? We can go back to the Cam Reddish thing and how much you want to take about it. There's always some sort of truth in what someone's saying. And I think the pressure to make a shot is legitimate. And I feel that is the same for Obi Toppin. Because you see it. When he's not having it, it's a quick hook. Instantaneously. We know it. We see it with our own eyes. But for Obi to feel comfortable, you have to give him the minutes and let him feel free that he can do and make those mistakes. You have to make mistakes. You have to be allowed to make mistakes in order to learn and grow.
Yes. So
it's a balance. Tibbs got to balance it all out.
Big facts, man. Here was Obi's post-game thoughts on the Knicks clinching the playoff spot. Salute to everybody in the chat. Hit that thumbs up button for you boys. Here's Obi post-game locker room.
Clinch the playoffs, you will now be at least 6th, most likely 5th. I mean, how does it feel after all of the hard work all season long to be at this spot?
Feels good, but we still gotta. JB, you look crazy. We still gotta win a couple more. Got a couple more ahead of us, and we need to clinch the 5th spot. So.
All right, there that is. Well, these guys are very well trained. Nobody speaking out of the ordinary. They're very focused, very locked in. And focus on the task at hand. So to everybody, yeah, go ahead.
I heard that he was wearing a do-rag. I did not know he was wearing a red do-rag. Yeah. This is some swag.
Yeah,
right?
It's that next generation stuff. I keep it simple. I go with black. I keep it simple. I don't try to mix and match with the colors and all that and make it match my kicks and all that extra stuff. That's that younger generation stuff. More power to them. I keep it simple. Nice black. You know what I mean?
I feel the get off my lawn energy slowly rising.
I just keep it basic. That's just me.
I feel the get off my lawn energy slowly rising.
I can never hate on a young whippersnapper, getting his 360s up. I can never hate on a young whippersnapper getting his waves up. You know what I mean? They can't see me. But, hey, if you want to rock your red do-rag, go ahead and rock your red do-rag. I can go about a week without it. I'm still surfing. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
That's just years and years of excellence in the spinners game. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. No pomade, no nothing. Like my pops. All you need is just a little water. Just a little water. Smooth it out. Out of there. Hit the weekend ready to go. Now, if you want a little pomade to jazz it up a little bit, yeah, you can do that. Yeah. That's right. They're not used to it because I'm always rocking a snap. You check me out on SNY, when I'm up close and personal. Oh, we spinning out here. Trust and believe. Trust and believe, man. We're spinning and spinning and spinning. And shout out to Obi, though, man. He's putting in work, Had a good game. Went to locker room. Got the brush out. Getting the spinners cracking. Yeah, you got to have a good brush. Shout out to Lash in the chat. That's one thing. For all of you young whippersnappers out there trying to get your waves up. It's not as much about the do-rag, it's about the brush. I know I just went off on a little tangent on wave lessons. But trust and believe, it's about the brush. Do-rag is good, but you could use a lot of different things. You don't even need a do-rag. The brush.
TM said he wanted to see me with cornrows. Those days are behind me, bro. I was rocking a fro.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I was doing. I had the pick and everything. I was picking out my hair and whatnot.
Yeah.
That was me. There's some pictures of me with a fro, especially when I was running track.
Oh, we got to see that. We got to see that.
Had the fro with the goatee. Yeah, I had the whole thing going on.
Yeah, we got to see that, man. I never had I never had any braids or anything like that. I didn't go with the braids, but spinners was popping. Anyway, Lex from Queens. Lex, let's go. Rapid fire. Let's go.
Hello.
Yes, Lex, you're live.
Hey, what's up, fellas? Hey, man, great show, man. I just wanted to holler at you guys about, straight up and down. What I wanted to say is that Tom Thibodeau, back in the days, I'm old school. He used to be down with the Knicks, you know what I'm saying? So he knows he's a New Yorker. This team has New Yorkers on it. Julius Randle wanted to come here to New York. Jalen Brunson wanted to come here to New York. R.J. Barrett, his mama, is from New York. You know what I'm saying? These are New Yorkers.
Yeah.
These are the type of people that we need here. I don't know who we're going to have to come, as that extra player that we said we need a superstar. I think we got it right in the squad right now, man. You see these kids growing. You know what I'm saying? Just like Boston, they took about 4 or 5 years to get where they're at. We got that right here, B. We got to keep that patience going. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So, I love our squad, you know what I'm saying? And, I just want to keep it short, rapid fire, like you said. I'm the first-time caller.
Welcome.
Great show. Thanks for letting me get on. Appreciate it.
Anytime, brother. Well, welcome, man. Yeah, I do like the New York aspect of the team. Yeah, OB is a Brooklynite. RJ's family is from the city. Brunson's mom is from New York as well. So that's cool. It's definitely nice. And a lot of these guys understand how hard it is to play here. And what it takes to win here because of those roots. So we'll see. It's a nice locker room. Good squad, man. Definitely.
Even Josh Hart, look, his great uncle or great grandfather was
Elson Howard.
Yeah.
Yep.
Played for the New York Yankees, man. There's some roots there too.
Yes, absolutely, man. Shout out to David R. $20 super chat says, last year I said Grimes reminded me of Klay Thompson, and I'm glad that my prognosis is being vindicated. I ain't trading him for nobody. Okay. All right. Just giving him a Clay comparison. Well, for 27 points, 5 assists, I just like where he's at right now. I like where he's at. He plays an important role on this team. He has one of the hardest jobs on this team outside of Brunson and Randle, having to stop the best wing player, perimeter player on the other team every night. It's a tough job.
Well, he was defending Kispert tonight.
Get legs. Yeah, he was trying to defend Kispert out there. You know?
He dropped 27 points and Kispert dropped 29, but still, the fact that he had to defend Kispert, did a decent job doing that, and then still was able to drop 27. Solid, man.
Yeah.
Solid.
Kispert, I like Kispert, man, coming out of Gonzaga. I really wanted him on this team, and we were desperately looking for a wing player, a good shooter. But now, when he first came in, first couple of years was a bit slow for him. Wasn't as impactful as he was in college, but he was impressive out there today.
Takes time, man.
Yeah. He was impressive.
Takes time for some players, and that's why for even Johnny Davis, who has had a very rough season, I think you just got to give him time, man. Some guys take a little bit longer than others to adjust to the NBA, but it just takes time. Just as long as they put in the work and the effort and they really want to get there, they can get there.
Yeah. Absolutely, man. To the Discord we go, man. Final calls coming up. BetWolf9. BetWolf9, channel member. What's going on? BetWolf9. BetWolf9. Going once. Oh, he missed it. He did.
Bueller.
He's a channel member. Yeah, Bueller. Speaking of Bueller, man, did you see Matthew Broderick at the game?
I did.
Yeah, Ferris Bueller looking like a grandpa these days, but we getting old, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ferris Bueller, that was a classic. A classic, man. You watch Ferris Bueller, you had those dreams of what an off day would look like from school. You cut class. You always wanted to have your day like Ferris Bueller. Like, they turned up. They had they made like an 8-hour day seem like 16. They was doing everything. You know what I'm saying? Your school days your school days only like 5-6 hours. Boy, Ferris was doing everything, man. Had the Rari out, went to the Cubs game.
Everything, man.
They was living it, man. Principal came through. He had the whole setup. Let him think he was sleeping and everything. Y'all don't know about Ferris Bueller, man. That was a classic American cinema.
The time to set all of that up. Plus, get over to your friend's house. Plus, go downtown Chicago. Yeah. Plus, to have fine dining.
Word.
To then be part of the parade.
Yeah.
Duck your father. then go check out all the sightseeing, and then you still get home, and you ruin your best friend's father's car. Yo,
that was a classic, man. It's a good movie. Good movie. I'll tell you another thing I'm getting into heavy now is Last of Us, man. Have you watched that yet?
Have not.
Oh, it's a good show, man. I'm up to I think we're on like episode 7 or 8, man. And it's based off of the video game. Yep. PlayStation heads out there. I didn't have it, but I always knew it was a highly touted video game, and they were able to convert it to a really good series, really good show. The lead actor, I forgot his name. He's been in a number of things. He's been in Narcos. He was Oberyn Martell in Game of Thrones. He's been in a couple things. He's a good actor. I like him. I definitely like him. Yeah, he's a good actor, man. Great series. Great series. Who in the chat is watching Last of Us right now? Don't drop any spoilers. I'm not done with the series yet, but I'm up to. Oh, he's the Mandalorian. I think he's the Mandalorian as well. I haven't watched that.
Okay.
Star Wars heads.
Okay. I need to get back on the Mandalorian, man.
Yeah.
When I find time. Right now, just trying to get back into Ted Lasso because it's back on TV.
Yeah, I'm way behind on all things TV, man. Obviously with KFTV. I feel you. Keeps me busy, man. But I'm trying to get into it. So I'm on Last of Us. I'm gonna get over to Snowfall. I gotta get on Snowfall. I gotta get on Ted Lasso. If anybody else has any recommendations in the chat, go ahead and throw it in there. I gotta.
TM says we need to record a KFTV pod once a week to talk about non-sports topics.
We do, man. We're very well versed over here at KFTV, man. Between
video games,
myself, JD,
movies,
games, movies,
TV shows,
waves. You know how to get your waves popping. You can do a little tutorials and stuff. Put it on TikTok. Succession. Yeah, that's Ari's show, man. Succession. Have you seen that yet?
I started it. It's good. Very good. I just started it. So
okay.
I haven't gotten too far, so no spoilers. Please relax out there. I don't need to know. I just started it.
Okay.
But it's a good show. Good show.
Ozark, yes, Cynthia. Yeah, I did watch the first season of Ozark. I didn't finish the second one, so I got to kind of start over there. I'll probably start fresh because I haven't seen it in a long time. BetWolf9 on the chat. What are you watching on TV right now? BetWolf9.
How's it going, guys?
How you doing?
I need to pick back up on Game of Thrones House of the Dragon. I never finished that. I finished up on episode 7. I am a big Last of Us fan. Been a fan since the games came out back in 2013.
Okay.
And can't wait for season 2 to come out.
Yeah.
Might be controversial, but I'll leave it there.
Okay.
I want to keep the convo on the OB and Randall discussion because one thing that I like is OB is showing that he indeed does have it when we go to him. And that was important, right? OB's been in a tough spot playing back up to Randall. Understandably, he's not going to get as many minutes, but he's been ready. And ever since Randall's been out, it took him a little while to get going, but he's contributing the way that he needs to. I would like to see a little more from him on the rebounding side of things, but, he's never quite been a strong rebounder. In terms of minutes, I think if I trusted Tibbs more as a coach with his rotations, then I wouldn't be as nervous about what's to come in the playoffs because Tibbs has shown just leniency to Randall throughout his tenure here. And it doesn't matter if Randall's playing up or down, that's our guy. He's going to honor that. And I think Alex hit the nail on the head with the mental aspect of the game because Randall's at home or at the game, watching the Knicks playing well. And I think the pressure is mounting in his mind about, all right, I got to get back and I got to contribute the way that I've been contributing. And, having to do that during playoff time, I just got to say, I hope Randall's up to the task because regular season, he's our guy. He's shown us that. No doubt about it. But not a good show out in the 21 playoffs. And, obviously it has yet to be seen for this one, but I'm lining myself up to visit game 3. I can't wait. I'm so excited that we clinched the spot. It's a long time coming and 2 spots in the last two playoff appearances in the last 3 years. This franchise has been starved for playoff and postseason success. Hopefully this can be the start of something new. And I think as Julius Randle said in 2021, we're starting to become a mainstay in this postseason, and all we can do is build.
Good call, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Good call. Good call. Yeah, only one rebound today for Obi. He's not going to get it done. I'm sure Tibbs is not a fan of that. So you hope he can get after it on the boards, but that's never really been consistently his strength. But he's got to get on the boards. That's one thing. If you're going to get him major minutes, he's got to get boards. That's part of your defense. You got to get stops. It's not just about leaking out and cherry picking. You got to get boards, especially if you're going to be guarding Allen or Mobley. They're going to be on the boards.
Oh yeah.
So you got to get boards. That's definitely one thing.
That's definitely one part of Obi's game where I wrote about this for KnicksFanTV at the beginning of the season too, like areas that Obi needs to improve on, and I said being judicious when to leak out versus when to go grab the boards, because it's understanding the moment, right? When do you stay back, go grab a critical rebound, and not just leak out to go get the easy point? Still, I want him to do that, but it's going to be a difficult balance, man. That only comes with more repetitions and opportunities to figure out when do you do that. But that's probably the one aspect of Obi's game where he could improve on, just because it's something that for his position, he's going to be battling. He's going to need to box out. You want to see him be better at that. I don't think he's horrible, but he's obviously not great either. But for the other things, it's for me too. It's like, what are the other things that you do well that give you time on the court? And it is bending. His shooting has been better from three, especially when he gets opportunities, stuff like that. I mean, look, he even shot it from deep. He tried another heat check, but still, the other things that he's been bringing to, the other things that he's added to his game warrants getting playing time. And sometimes, like, it even goes with, like, Randall, right? Randall is so good offensively. You can accept some of the lapses on defense. For Obi, in his role, right, for what he is on this team,
90 seconds.
You can accept some of his limitations because of what he offers on the offensive side. Obviously, he needs to improve on it, but I still think you can get him some sort of minutes.
True indeed, man. So to everybody in the chat, once again, hit that thumbs up button for you boys. Knicks are back in the postseason, man. 118-109. Knicks get a victory over the Washington Wizards. As we mentioned, Obi Toppin with a solid game, 21 points, 4 assists, 2 steals, a block. You also had Quentin Grimes leading the way there with 27 points, 5 assists.
60 seconds.
6 of 11 from downtown. Jalen Brunson, the floor general, man, picking up where he left off in Cleveland, 27 points. 11 to 20 from the field, 8 assists. So great job getting his guys involved. 3 steals for Brunson, drew a couple of offensive fouls as well. Just doing a great job of putting his body on the line and delivering for his team. And then Emmanuel Quickley jumped in with 22 points, 5 assists, 6 rebounds. Nice stat sheet game for Quick. And so you had 4 Knicks with over 20 points. So wasn't easy. Obviously, this Wizards team was down a lot of their firepower. They made the Knicks work, but in the second half, they made the adjustments that they needed to make, and they got the job done. Salute to everybody in the chat. Once again, hit that thumbs up button for you boys. Let's shout out a couple of more super chats that have come in. Shout out Jay Boogie. Says, Christmas had the Grinch that stole Christmas. I'm getting ready to drop the clinch that stole the season. I'm negotiating a deal. That's breaking news coming this week. Okay? All right, so Jay Boogie's got a deal on the way. Congratulations to him. Shout out to who else sent us the super chats here. Della Music 50 $10 super chat says Tibbs hater checking in. Good record, but who was on the floor with 1 minute and 18 points tonight? Hope we go in healthy. I don't gamble with my bank. Response might be late on delay. Who was on the floor with 1 minute and 18 seconds? He must mean 18 seconds. I guess he's talking about Brunson. Yeah, I didn't like that. A lot of people didn't like that. That was pretty cringe. Shout out to Do Things. Shout out to Maxwell Walter, John Perez. How you feeling? Salute. CL Kenrick, how you feeling? Salute there. And let's wrap up with a couple more on the phones. Let me hear from Lindsey from Ohio. Lindsey, rapid fire. Let's go.
Rapid fire, CP. I want to talk to you about something that's not been brought up whatsoever, and I just want your opinion. We're thrilled about the Knicks being in the playoffs, but I'm kind of thinking we match up better with Philly than Cleveland. What do you think about that?
I don't. Because I feel like the Embiid matchup, I think that'll be way too much for us to handle. And with him and Harden in their pick and roll game, if they're playing at their A game, I think that'll be a tough one to slow down.
I get that. I respect that. I just think Mitch has shown that he matches up reasonably well against Embiid, but it is what it is. We're just happy to be in the playoffs, and let's go NYC.
Let's go. Good to hear from you, Lindsey, man. Let's go. Al, what do you think, man?
All right.
I like the Cavs. I would then go. I mean, if I had my choosing, I'd go Cavs, Celtics, Philly, Bucks. Just because I also think we match up very well with the Celtics. But I'll go with Cavs for, once again, inexperience on the other side. You're talking about two teams with inexperience and come to playoff times. Come for playoff time. I like that.
Yeah.
Philly, you got Harden. You got Embiid. These guys can get out of the first round. They already know what they got to do. For them, it's just for them in the first round, it's like the regular season.
Yeah.
So even though I'm not afraid of Philly, I don't want to make it where it's for them. It just feels like a normal game, and for the Knicks, it's even more pressure, right?
Right.
That's why I like the Cavs the most.
Yeah. And Cleveland's offense, they can get stuck in the mud at times. They're not a great offense, but obviously with Spider and Garland, you have two guys that can get after in isolation and give you fits. The 3-point shooting is not that great. You know, they have their moments where they get stuck in the mud. I think Philly would be a much more physical game. I think the Knicks bench would have its advantages over both teams. But with Philly, you have to deal with Embiid. You have to deal with Harden. You have P.J. Tucker. He's going to play tough. He's going to play Randall physical. How does Grimes handle Harden in the pick and roll? And his savviness, his experience. I think Philly's still a tougher matchup.
Difficult matchup, man.
Yeah.
It's not easy. I mean, guarding it, we're talking about an MVP candidate.
Right.
Okay, let's not throw some shade to Embiid for who he is.
Right. Right.
You know,
this is an MVP, arguably the MVP.
We were looking at a guy who the issues for Philly has always been the second round. That's the question for Philly. Can they get out of the second round?
Right.
They've been able to make it out of the first round. So that's why I'm saying it's that experience is just I don't know if the Knicks are ready for that. If this team had more years under their belt, I would say okay, fine, because every team's going to be good. But give me the Cavs, man. Give me a team that's wide-eyed just like the Knicks.
Mm-hmm.
That's because everyone's going to feel pressure. You don't think Okoro's going to feel pressure having to guard Brunson, 7-game series, and everyone's going to look at him like, when's he going to make the mistake? Right?
Yeah.
You're guarding one of our best players. When is he going to make the mistake? Same thing with Mobley. As good as Mobley is, I'm not playoffs. Like your guy guard Julius Randle. He's double teamed for a reason, okay? For how strong he is. It's not going to be easy either. That's why I like this matchup. That's why I really like this matchup.
Closing us out, Jay from the Lou. Jay, talk to us.
Oh, man, CP, Alex, man, much love. Hey, UT, always born, man. Hey, look, I'm out the oil right now, man. I got WrestleMania going. I got the nieces and nephews going. So, hey, you know what I'm saying? Just let me breathe. But I'm finna end with us right. Shout out to Jay Boogie, man. This is a pleasure. Hey, man, look, this year has been a great year, man. We have to shout out to Leon. You know, he did his thing, man, getting Hart in here, changing us around. I mean, started 10 and 13. That was crazy. Everybody should have been fired as we was talking. But, you know, I think he should end up getting the award this year, especially if we end up getting the MIP and the sixth man. That'd be good. I'm rooting for Jalen Brunson to get 13 NBA as well. Along with that, all my RJ haters, hey, forget y'all. I love to have a third piece at averaging 25 in his fourth year at age 22. Hey, I'm loving it right now. Coming from the middle of the map. I appreciate y'all. Keep it going. Hey, this is the last call off the phone. I'm going to Discord. Coming from the middle of the map.
Let's go.
Woo!
Jay from the Lou. That's how I like to end the call. Go to the Discord, people. It's a great experience. 24/7 chat. And Better Caller audio. So,
question for you, CP.
Yo.
Jalen Brunson, MIP?
It's hard to say because, you know, the way that I know the playoffs aren't into consideration, but the way he played last year in the playoffs, kind of already got that glimpse of what he could be in full-time duty. Now, Marketing did have a good year. Utah has come back to the pack. It's possible. It's possible. I'm just not sure. Because he logged a big body of work last year, I think that could play into voters' opinions. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you on that. I think the other guy is SGA, right? Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, over in OKC. He's another guy that would be considered for most improved player. But I think you got to look at Brunson, man. You can't leave Brunson out of this running just because. I look at where Utah is. I look at where OKC is. You just got to put some respect on what a player can do when he comes to a major market. Take this team to another level and continue to ball out and just ball out in another way. I mean, for part of the year, man, since January 1st, it was Damian Lillard who was doing the most scoring, and then Jalen Brunson right afterwards. You know, and he was doing a good job carrying the Knicks. So I think you got to put that into consideration, put into context, saying this guy right here took it to even another level that most people weren't even expecting. So I think he has a good case as well.
Yeah. No, I think he does. I think he does. You could look at him. You could look at Marketing, Halliburton. Hey, maybe even Mikal Bridges. But maybe, you know, his body of work wasn't long enough in terms of what he's doing with the Nets.
Another guy that just needs an opportunity, right? You see that. Sometimes you just need an opportunity to show what your skill set is.
Yeah. True story, man. Great show, bro. Great show, everybody in the chat. Great show, all the mods. Great show. Chuck DTM, man, all the mods in the chat. Remember that the show's available in audio podcast format, man. Never have a reason to miss it. Catch it on all major podcast platforms. Salute to the replay gang. Go to manscaped.com, use promo code KFTV for 20% off plus free shipping. Go to prizepicks.com and use promo code KFTV for an instant deposit match of up to $100. Al, great show. I'm out of here. We see you tomorrow for Knicks Weekly, man. Peace.